and I am back with another unboxing. Today is another Steelbook Blu-ray. I'm pretty excited about this one. The look of it alone is why I purchased it, but also it reminds me of a previous video that I've uploaded, my very first one actually, and the look of it is what drew me to it. And this particular set is some of my favorite movies of all time. I am a big fan of musicals, and I think there seems to be a resurgence in them recently, which makes me happy. Talking about like La La Land and things like that. And I'm glad to see that. I really think that there's a place for them and they need to be enjoyed and they need to be checked out by a new generation. I grew up watching the films that I'm about to unbox today. I watched Newsies and of course Disney films that are musicals, but I always loved a musical, and I'm glad that they're kind of making a little bit of a comeback, and I hope people enjoy them the same way that I did growing up. Now these ones are some of my favorite movies of all time, and I am in the minority that loves the sequel more than I like the first one. The first one by far is a classic film, no doubt, but for me the second one was always my favorite. I think because of the stars that were in it were popular around the time that I was a youngster, and I just really remember them more so than I think I remember the original. The original actually came out before my time, so I think that's probably why I connected with the second one first. So let's get right into this. Today's unboxing is going to be the Grease collection. Now this is the 40th anniversary collection. I think it's the first time for part 2 on Blu-ray, and I don't know about the musical there. I have not watched the musical that they recently did. This one here, I've not watched that one. Just because I have such fond memories of the first films. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure I'll check it out since I have it now, but it's not something that I was that excited about. I feel like so many things just need to be left alone. They are what they are for a reason, and there's no need to remake or reboot or whatever. But everybody loves the first one. For me, it is 100% the second one. I just loved the characters more. I love the songs more. Cool Rider is one of my favorite songs from the films, from any musical really. Every time it just makes me remember watching this film, and I remember the song that the girls do at the talent show. And at the talent, if you've watched it, there's a part of the talent show where it cuts away to a new song, and I always wanted them to finish the whole song, and they don't, of course. But so let's check this one out. So this is a locker looking thing again, much like the Breakfast Club one. It's got the embossed here and hinges, and even these little right here, the vents that would be on your locker. Now I have seen this unboxed actually, and I was hoping that these are stickers, because while I love the films, I think it would have looked just so much better with just Grease up here at the top, which is also embossed, and the locker. Maybe a T-bird etched into it, or Pink Ladies or something, but I feel like these are kind of silly, but I know that they're actually part of it, so that bums me out a little bit. And then the J card on the back tells us, Grease 2 and Grease Live, first time on Blu-ray. Looks like there's a lot of special features involved with this. Some featurettes, some commentary. The sing-along thing is on this, which I think was on the DVD one, which I also have. I have a really cool version of the DVD of Grease, which is the T-Bird's leather jacket is like a slipcover. And I just recently found out that there is a ladies one. There's a Pink Ladies like satiny slipcover one, which I think I'm probably going to try to find because I think it would just be awesome to add that to my collection. So it looks like there's a lot of special features in this, which is pretty exciting. And I'm surprised that there's digital, and I don't know if it's going to be for all three. I mean, I would assume, but I don't know. So let's open this one up and see what it looks like inside and what our insides have to offer. So again, these are not stickers. I wish they were, but they're not. And the back has some etchings on it, or they're not etchings, they're just little. This is obviously for Danny and Sandy. I'm guessing Grease Lightning, obviously the T-Birds and Rydell, and the Pink Ladies. I don't think that looks exactly how it really looks in the film. I guess films, because the Pink Ladies are in both of them. This looks accurate in the Rydell, and I kind of like the little 3D, how it kind of pops like it's it looks like it's like a felt actual patch and it's not, but I think that looks cool. I don't know what I could have done without these. So we've got our digital, and it looks like it is going to be all three, 1, 2, and then the live. So that's pretty exciting. So I can watch these whenever I want, however I want. We've got live over here, and then 1 and 2, and then those doodads that I hate. I just wish, I don't know what it is about these ones. And here's another one like that. I've done a couple videos now where there's this little flap, and I don't know why they would do it that way. It just makes it really difficult to maneuver the disc without damaging it. These little things on the edge, they just clasp in such a way that sometimes it makes it really hard to get the disc out. But these ones popped out pretty good. So, oh, I really like the backs. There's a lot of shots of that. There's a lot of shots of the movie in there. I really like that. This is obviously from live. I was looking at this, and this looks like it's Rizzo, and I was like, that's definitely not. But this is obviously Vanessa Hudgens, who I believe was in the musical that they just did, and some shots from the first films. And this looks like a behind the scenes one, which is exciting because I've not seen that shot before. And just some from the films and everything. So let's get an overhead of that. Some nice little shots, and they're of all three of the films. And there's a nice shot of them performing Grease Lightning, which I absolutely remember singing that song as a child and not realizing how filthy it was. And if you pay attention to the lyrics, it is downright filthy. And I don't think that a lot of people were aware of that when they were initially listening to it. But it is. But again, my favorite song for sure from the films has got to be Cool Rider. But one of my favorite moments from the films is in part 2. And it's actually the guy, the star of the film, Maxwell Caulfield. He is playing like a dual role as this like secret biker and then his like kind of nerdy self. And he shows up at a bowling alley, and there's this whole little scene, and there's a little song, and I just love that whole moment. And I don't know why, I just always did. I can remember playing it and rewinding it back in the day of VHS, and rewinding it and listening to it again and again. I just love that whole scene. And I know there's a luau scene, which was fun, and I think kind of was meant to be similar to the carnival scene that you see here, which was fun. I think it was a little bit over the top for the film itself, but it was still fun. And I don't think there was a school dance. I think the first film really focused on the big dance where the American Bandstand comes, and the race, and then the end of the school carnival. And the second film focuses mostly on the talent show that they have throughout the whole film. There's several moments throughout the film based on the talent show that they're all partaking in. And I remember they're trying to win like 100 long playing albums. I just remember that because I remember Adrian Zemed saying 100 long playing albums. He was always very fun for me in this movie. Either way, here is the spine. Here's an overhead shot of it. That's a lot of pink, but I love it. I think it's going to look great next to my very bright yellow Breakfast Club one. There's no way I'm not putting these two together, even though they're not at all similar. They're not Brat Pack movies. And I know that there's another Blu-ray Steelbook that is a locker, so I feel like I'm going to make it my mission to get all of them and have like a little collection of locker ones. I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. I just love the look of that. So that's Grease 2 and the musical live for you. Again, no bonuses. I feel like, especially in something like this where it's a setup where it's several films, not several, but a few films, it's 1, 2, and the live one. I just don't think that they would even try to make room for anything extra. But I feel like in general, films they just don't add anything extra. There's not booklets. There's not fun ads to do with, anything anymore. It's just you get your discs and you get your cool case, and that's it. And that's not terrible. It's just I remember, as I've mentioned multiple times, getting a DVD and having just like tons of extras inside, and they just don't have it anymore. But I think very few people really appreciated that, and they realized that, and why keep putting them in there if nobody's appreciating it. Collectors, such as myself, do appreciate it, but I know a lot of people don't. So that's Grease, the collection. And there you have it. That's Grease, Grease 2, and the live Steelbook Blu-ray. I'm pretty excited to add that one to my collection. And I should have some more videos coming your way. I know I have a set of at least 2 more coming in, and one that I'm very excited about. So I'm going to have a couple 3-for-1s because I have a couple collections coming in. So hopefully you enjoy this one, and hopefully you'll enjoy the next ones that I have coming. So if you do, like and subscribe, and tune in next time and see what we unbox.